Hi. Haven't done this in a while. Meaning vlog from my car. Vlog at all. This is not going to be a Scentsy video. I have a little life update, I guess. I have to turn up a little bit of air here. It's a little warm. 82 in New York today. So my kids are now back at school. Yay! They started back on September 13th, and then that first week they already had a day off because of Yom Kippur. And then last week they had a full week, which was fantastic. It was 5 straight days of them going to school and then coming home. Which is something that I had not had in almost 2 years. 19 months, something like that. So I decided that I wanted to get a job. And there had been a couple of times over the last 19 months that I wanted to start going back to massage a little bit. And I came real damn close. When was it? Well, right before COVID, literally the week before COVID hit New York, I was hired to be a lead massage therapist at Red Door, Elizabeth Arden, which was kind of a dream job. Always wanted to work there. Technically, it wasn't called Red Door anymore. It was called the Mind Spa because they were MYND. Because they were trying to rebrand because they felt that Elizabeth Arden was too stuffy. They felt that Red Door was too outdated. I had always wanted to work there. When I lived and worked in Manhattan, I wanted to work at the flagship at the Red Door. I just never got around to it. I didn't apply to the job and then get turned down or anything. I just never got around to it. So, anyway, I had landed that job, filled out all the paperwork, did the audition. Every massage therapist knows that if you're going for a job, you got to do a demo, right? You call it an audition, you call it a demo, you call it a tryout, whatever you want to do. I call it an audition because it's a little bit like you're on stage because you're being ridiculed. Not ridiculed, critiqued very strongly. Anyway, did the audition, filled out all the paperwork, and they had a start date, and then it never happened because not only did COVID hit literally the next day, both of my children's schools completely shut down, and Elizabeth Arden Red Door Mind Spa went out of business forever and ever, Chapter 11, amen. So I never got to actually work there, which was a real bummer. Then I was hired to be a manager at a Massage Envy out in Port Washington. Well, I wasn't hired. They offered me a job. And the pay was shit. The pay was absolute shit for a management position. Then there was a couple of times in between, during COVID, that I was just oh, let me just go back to this thing because I'm going crazy being home with my kids. And it just never worked out. There was one time I was going in for the audition massage and my kid's school closed that morning. Or there was a COVID case in his school, so the school wasn't closed, but he had to quarantine for 10 days or something, and I called the people up. This was a place out in Nassau County. I called the people up and I was just listen, it's obviously not time yet. My kids are not back at school. I was nervous about being around people still, that kind of thing. So now that my kids are back in school, I went on LinkedIn. My birthday was a couple of weeks ago, and a couple of people had wished me a happy birthday on LinkedIn. So I guess it was September 9th, September 10th, something like that. I go on LinkedIn just to see the messages, and there's a couple of things there. Oh, licensed massage therapist, wanted massage therapist, whatever. So I look around, and so I put out 2 feelers, 2 resumes I sent. And I had 2 different, I had 2 different phone interviews. One was, oh my God. One was at Nordstrom, which would be fantastic if I got a discount or something. It was very product heavy. In other words, they expected you to sell products. As a massage therapist, I don't do facials. I'm not an esthetician, so I'm not licensed to pop the pimples and do the dermabrasion and stuff like that. But they do want you to sell product there. And so you're supposed to kind of know your thing. And I do. I've been working in spas since I'm 19 years old, right? So And I've been getting facials, obviously, since then also. So I know a thing or two about skincare and that kind of thing. So they liked that. The interview was very stuffy. The interview was with a woman who I don't think she realized that she was interviewing for a massage therapy position, because she was asking me very retail-y questions. And maybe that was the point, because they want me to just sell product. And so there are quotas that you would have to hit for product sales. And the pay was a joke. It was an absolute joke. I think minimum wage is $16 an hour, and they were offering me $17.05. Sorry about that. Oh God, are you even able to hear me? Hold on, I might have my Bluetooth in. No, I don't. You can hear me anyway. I'll have faith. So that's not going to happen, because I have an education and I have experience, and you're not going to pay me fucking minimum wage to be a massage therapist, licensed professional in the state of New York. Thank you. Not that I'm like a doctor or anything, but 28 years of experience. Anyway, so then all of a sudden this other job that I had put in my resume for, they called me, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And I knew nothing about the place, saw the name, didn't register, did a little Googling, and I was like, how have I never heard of this place? So it's an exclusive club. It's like a country club in an urban setting, okay? And I am not to like advertise where I'm working, because you can't call them up and say, I want a massage with what's her name. You're not even allowed into the building. You have to be a guest, and you have to be vetted, and you have to show ID and all that kind of stuff. And it's a very, very cool job. And so I got it. And the pay is really a lot better. And let's put it this way. There are signs everywhere that say no photography permitted, no autographs permitted. So it'll be interesting to see what this turns into. And I kind of told them this right from the beginning, I'm very much not a starstruck person. I've been working with people in the public eye for a very long time. So it doesn't faze me. Like I could be, like if I saw Oprah Winfrey walking down the street, I'd be like, oh yeah, look, it's her. And I'm not saying that to brag or anything like that. It's just that I'm not one to take selfies with people. I've never asked for an autograph in my entire life. In my line of work, that gets you fired. So that's just never been my thing. So anyway, this will be an interesting job. I've never worked at an exclusive country club before. It's a country club, but it's right downtown, okay? So I have to get on a train, and I have to take the E train pretty much from the beginning to the end, which is kind of cool. It's a little bit of a walk to the train, and it's a little bit of a walk from the train to where I'm working. But I get off at World Trade Center. And it's funny, I had a couple of people contact me earlier in this month, and they were asking me about 9/11 in 2001, the original 9/11, whatever. And they were like, oh, do you ever go down to the museum or anything like that? And it's like, no. Actually, New Yorkers who were here that day, which was awful, we never go there. I don't know hardly any of us who were here then that go there now, whether it's on a regular basis or once, okay? Nobody wants to go and remember that. It was a fucking awful day, okay? And I was not in Manhattan that day, but I was scheduled to be there, I think at 11 or something like that. I was home. I was 29 years old. I just turned 29, and I was getting ready for work. And my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, he was in the bathroom shaving, and he came out and he said, Howard Stern just said that a plane hit the World Trade Center. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Turn on the radio, and sure as shit, he's talking to Pamela Anderson. And all of a sudden, everyone's practically crying, and I'm like, this can't be. So then we turn off the radio, we turn on the TV, and then of course everybody knows what's happened in the next like 13 minutes, and then 13 minutes after that, and all that kind of shit. But anyway, so today I went there, and I was an hour early, and so the reflecting pool, that's the Lincoln thing. Anyway, where the Twin Towers stood are now these big, it's not a reflecting pool, it's actually like a waterfall inside into this big hole. There's 2 holes there. And it was the first time I had been there in the 20 years. And I went to the top of, I guess it was World Trade Center 2. The tower number 2, I don't remember. But it was the top that has the club and the restaurant and stuff on top. I was there like 4 weeks before the 9/11, which is weird. So anyway, I had not been there before, and I went there today, and I was there for about 92 seconds, and I turned and I left, and I just went and sat in a park nearby because I was a little weirded out by people taking selfies. People grieve in different ways, and people are tourists in different ways, but that seemed strange to me. 3,000 people died there. It would be like a Jew going to Auschwitz and being like, selfie. It was just a little. I'm not comparing 3,000 people to 4 million people, or however, or I think it was 2 million. I don't remember. Anyway, video took a turn. I went and I bought a bag. let's change the direction of this video. I just went to TJ Maxx and I bought myself a new bag, and I love it. It was only $35. Mystique, I guess. It's buttery soft. It is, and it looks like skin. Look at it. It looks like it was made by the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy out of his last 2 victims. It is the color of skin, but it's buttery soft. It has pockets galore, pocket in the back, pocket in the front. It's a backpack, but it's also a shoulder bag. It's got a ton of room, ton of pockets, pockets and pockets and pockets. Every pocket has a zipper. And even on the outside, each pocket has a zipper. See, when you're in New York, you can't have a bag that somebody can just walk up and go like this. Never. I never use bags that have easy access. It's always it's not the right bag for me if it's not a pain in the fucking ass to get it open. And I know that sounds like, why are you putting those kind of obstacles in front of yourself? Because especially if it's a backpack, you don't want people walking up behind you. What if it's a crowded train, whatever. I've been doing this for a little while, so I understand. There are 2 pockets, one on either side, that is just that. I will keep nothing in there but chapstick, trust me. But like I said, I'm a backpack girl, but then it also has like a hand strap, which I could totally take off. I could take that off, and there's just this little bit of hardware there if I want to leave it. And then it also has that if I just need to sort of grab it, you know. And this is the bag that this is my first new bag in, I think, like 5 years. So this is my original bag. This is the bag that I've been using, backpack, right? I've been using this bag every day forever and ever, amen. And like today when I went in, I wanted to grab a water bottle and a couple protein bars and maybe an apple and stuff like that. And this bag, it wasn't big enough. So it's just slightly bigger, but I like it because it's buttery. You need a bag that's buttery. I don't think it's leather. Doesn't smell like anything, so chances are it's not. But only $35. It says convertible bag, backpack, shoulder bag, handbag. And anyway, I love it. I love this color. So I got a new bag. First time in years and years that I got a new bag. So you won't see me less, but you might see me, I don't know. Maybe I'll talk about the job a little bit. I don't know. It's not, if the job is good, then it's not going to be important enough for me to talk about it on my YouTube channel, because I wouldn't want to lose it. I wouldn't want to fuck it up. So anyway, we'll see what happens. That's 15 minutes. Let's wrap it up. Sorry about that. Rambling. Tomorrow's video will be about Scentsy. Promise. Bye.